Welcome to the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast. This is a call to action to live above limitations that try to disrupt your peace, steal your joy, and limit your access to your best life. I am Latasha Weatherspoon, the Chief Empowerment Officer of the Lifted Lifestyle. You can find me on all social media at Tasha Spoon, as well as at theliftedlifestyle.com. And I am joined today by my favorite host, Mr. Chaz Bailey.
Hello world, this is Chaz Bailey, the Creative Opportunities. You can find me online on Twitter at Chaz Bailey. Of course, theliftedlifestyle.com, so definitely check us out there. And then also on Instagram at the Creative Opportunities. So I'm doing well. I hope they're doing well. And one thing you forgot to say, she's your favorite host. You know, we know.
Yay! I am. I'm everyone's favorite host.
There you
right?
go. See, you can't be leaving that out.
Can't leave that out.
Can't leave it out.
Thank you so much, Mr. Bailey. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling good. Rejuvenated. Glad to be back. So I hope you're glad to have us out there in the world.
Yes.
So I'm definitely glad to be back. We went on a couple week hiatus.
Yeah, we took a little honeymoon hiatus.
Yeah.
For those of y'all who follow us, you know that we got married.
And she liked it, so she put a ring on. Yeah.
Oh, I put a ring on. Okay. That's your story. Stick to it.
I'm sticking to it.
Stick to your story. But we took a little time off for our wedding. So, little honeymoon hiatus.
Yeah. It was cool. I enjoyed myself. Didn't want to come back.
Yes, but as you so eloquently put it, the bills made us.
Yeah.
So we
trips in, bills don't. So
indeed. So, what are you grateful for today?
Well, today, I'm actually grateful, of course, from vacation and honeymoon and all of that great stuff. But overall, that sums up the family and friends who actually came out to celebrate me and my wife. It was tremendous. We actually got a chance to have family here in Texas, go see family in Georgia, and experience the world and all of that good stuff. So I'm definitely grateful for that. And that's basically summing it up. I'm grateful for everything that's happened over the last month.
Well, that was my moment of gratitude as well. I'm definitely grateful for all of the love that we've been shown lately, and all of the people who rally around us on a consistent basis, and our family, our friends, our bridal party, and just the experience of our honeymoon and being able to just take a little break and reset and just enjoy each other. Yeah. So I'm definitely grateful for that. I'm grateful for love and, all that comes with it. Right?
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so what's our show about today?
All right, our show today is about survival not being the priority.
Unpack that a little bit for me. Yeah. Okay.
Because you have to think about it in a nutshell. I understand we're living, the people that are in the hustle and bustle of the work environment. You're in the rat race, as they say. Okay. So you're trying to survive. We hear about the mythologies of survival of the fittest and all of these things. But when you make survival your priority, what happens to your goals and dreams? What happens to the things that you desire and you wish to have when you just keep making survival the priority? So today's show is about looking past that, using our tools, using our gifts, our abilities, our strengths to just make it happen, to go past the idea of just only surviving.
Okay.
I like that.
All right. I think, wow. Okay. I like this. I like where this is going. One of the things that for me, when I was in a space in my life and I felt like, I'm just scraping and I'm just getting by, or, being in grad school sometimes, it was like, if I can just get this C,
Yeah, exactly.
But just in a space of survival, one of the things that kind of always helped me to put myself in a better mental space was to really take assessment of where I was and what I was really going through and how I got there.
Okay.
And how I got to this place. Once you do that, I believe that then you have the power to reshape your mentality. You have a power to take ownership over your mentality.
No, I think that's profound. It's kind of makes me think about the movie The Matrix. You have to get up out of the Matrix because the Matrix teaches you to survive. And so, I think a lot of times we may not know it, but our dreams and goals and aspirations have been placed on the back shelf just because we see those bills come in, as I said, which brought me back from the vacation. As we say, you walk into a classroom and it may not be your strength in that subject, and you say, man, I just want to get out of this class. So when you set those parameters, you limit yourself sometimes, because if I say, well, I just want to make a C, and then I make a C, then I'm happy, but have I done my best? So we have to sit back and understand, kind of see ourselves in the third person in my imagination, and sit there and say, am I really pursuing what I want to pursue, or am I just making it? And sometimes we don't know because it's become so trivial. It's become so routine in our daily activities. We don't know that we're only pushing hard enough to only survive, to only get by. So I think that's the focus. And I think, picking back on what you said, in addition to see and to notice that you're only surviving. And once you notice that, it kind of may give you a little oomph that helps bring you out of that, in my opinion.
I definitely agree. And more than that is thinking beyond where you are right now.
Yeah.
Having aspirations that are bigger than where you are right now and keeping your focus on that. Because even if let's say you're in a place in your life where things aren't going the way that you want them to go, and you've taken assessment of why it is that way, and you've reshaped your behavior after taking that assessment, sometimes you get so marred in the muck of where you are that you don't see the bigger picture. You don't see that doors are starting to open. So I think that it's important to keep focused on where you're going and how everything that you're experiencing is only a part of your journey. It's only a part of your process. So you have to think beyond the present.
Yeah, you have to. You have to.
And when you think beyond the present, I think it really keeps you grounded and it keeps you focused, and it makes you weather the storm just a little bit more different. Makes you have a little bit more peace during the storm when you know that this is not the end place.
Exactly. And I think that's key, because when you don't look beyond the present, you kind of get lost in the cycle. Simple as that. You get lost in the cycle, the whirlwind, the circle, just because if you're in a job and you say, I don't want to be in this position forever, but I'm trying hardest and things are not falling my way. So I'm just going to figure out to reshape my life to fit around where I am right now. And when you reshape your life and you reshape your dreams around where you are right now, that takes away from where you're trying to go.
I see.
So if you want to shape it towards the future, so if you say one day I want to be that CEO, I want to be that, well, we used to start at a lower level, I want to be a manager, then I want to be a department head, or etc. Then you can shape your life around that, not going outside your boundaries, but you can say, okay, this fits into this, which fits into that, which leads to the goal. And so every day I get up, though it's stressful sometimes, though I feel like I don't want to be here, as long as you're working towards a goal, it gives yourself some leverage, some personal leverage to achieve. I think that can really help.
Definitely. And, and I think about my grandmother, and I tell this story all the time, that we were impoverished. We grew up in poverty. But when we left home, we were always dressed nice. We always, even if she had to make our clothes or borrow money to buy clothes, which wasn't probably the best way to do it, she made sure that we looked nice, when we left home. And I used to always say, Gran, I was like, you don't have to do that. You don't have to work so hard, 'cause she worked as a housekeeper for much of my life, and she was already, older, an older woman, and she worked as a housekeeper not because she had to, but because she wanted us to have nicer things, and she wanted us to look nice. And she would always say, listen, you don't have to look like the circumstances that we're in right now. And I kept that with me. People would always say, even when I was in college, I used to stay, dressed well. Shout out to my roommate, would make sure my best friend that I was dressed nice, because you don't have to look like where you are. You can look like where you're going.
Exactly.
You have to take that mindset into even your clothes, into your attitude, that this is temporary. This is not the state of my life. When I was at a place where I didn't have money, you would never know it by looking at me. And it wasn't because I was trying to look like something I was. It was because I knew that was not the end for me. That wasn't the end for me.
Yeah, and I think what adds to it does something internally for you as well. When you I can speak for myself. So if you looking kind of rough and you go sit in that barber chair, and you may feel like, oh, it's just a Saturday or whatever day you get your hair cut on. When you get out of that chair, you say, well, man, I'm going to go do something. Somebody has to see me. You come out looking good, you feel good, but that's what sometimes clothes do for some people. That's what sometimes going to a nicer restaurant than you're used to. That's what it does. So sometimes you have to reward yourself along your journey. And I think that's one way you can step out of the mode of just only surviving. Only surviving may tend to have you at the house and not being able to go out and enjoy nature, go to a park, go to a movie, things of that nature. Reward yourself along your journey. Of course, understand your circumstances and don't overdo it to put yourself in a bad place, but enjoy what life has to offer if it aids to your journey and your growth.
And, shout out to Kingdom Group Financial and Tiffany Franklin. But one of the things that she always says is put benchmarks in your budget. Put little small celebrations inside of your budget. That way, when you've done something, you've accomplished something, you've already planned for your celebration. That will go a long way for keeping you on target. I think another thing that's important when you're in a space where you feel like you're only surviving is asking yourself, am I operating in average or am I operating in abundance?
Yeah,
and that's
true.
In everything. That's in your mindset. That's in your work ethic. Are you showing up for where you're going? Are you showing up for what you desire? Or are you only accepting what you already have?
Yeah, no, I agree. No, that is true, because it goes back to what I said earlier. Like, you go into a class and it's tough, and you say, well, I'm gonna try to just get out of this class. I'm just gonna make a C. Then you limit yourself. You say, well, I'm gonna just be average. I'm not gonna push myself. I'm not gonna go above and beyond. I just place myself into this bucket of simplicity. When my life, I say I want to be great, but we have to understand we have to put that plan into action. And that's the difference, I think, overall with surviving and achieving a goal, is that what do you put into action? And that leads you to not being average and leads you to working into abundance. Because if I want to go into it and say, I want to make this A, then I'm going to try for an A, because that's what gets you to where you need to get. It's basically what you try to do and what you convey to yourself to achieve. And I think that's highly important to achieve abundance rather than just simply being average.
For me, I'm a firm believer that action is the turning point between average and abundance, between average and exceptional. What action are you putting in place? Or how hard are you working? I often say, it doesn't matter if a person is more connected than me. It doesn't matter if a person comes from money. It doesn't matter the circumstances. You will not outwork me.
Exactly.
You will not be more of a student of my craft than me. You will not be more prepared than me, because all I can do is focus on me. And what I'm going to do is make sure that when opportunity knocks, I'm ready for the call. They say if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready.
Exactly.
So working to making sure that you are not just accepting where you are, you're not just accepting what you've been given, but you're putting the action towards your desires. The difference between a dream and a goal is the action you put toward it.
Yeah, that's all it is.
And that will take you past the place of just scraping and surviving. Get into action. Use the skills and talents that you have to make money. You
Simple
know,
as that.
use the skills and talents that you have to manifest your dreams. Get a mentor. Ask somebody else for help. Do the work. All of those things are actions. You have to do the work.
Yeah. And what I took from that is simply all of the negative connotations we hear when we're denied things, such as we're looking for work, we can't find work, it's a lack of opportunities. No, it's plenty of opportunities out there. What work are you doing to create it? And that's where you achieve those goals. It's plenty money to be made. It's not enough money in the world. They're printing money every day. You know, every time I look at the Forbes list, the numbers go up and up. Jeff Bezos worth 150 billion. Like last year, the highest was maybe 67 billion. So now it just surpassed that almost, triple almost. So when you think about what you can do, you kind of control your own world, because if you want to be the best business out there and you need investors, go get them investors, because they're out there. Nothing is limited but what we place on it. So if we sit there and say, well, I can't do this because of this, well, no, it's about what you just said. It's about that action to make your dreams happen. What sacrifice are you willing to make to see your dreams come true?
And sometimes that means that your dreams, your goal, your business is all that you can focus on. Sometimes you got to put all your eggs in one basket. You know, this year and last year, I said I would not be denied. What that meant is sometimes I wasn't able to make events I wanted to go to because I was working. Yeah. You know, that meant that I missed a few functions because I was working. But I let the people that I love know, hey, I'm really focused on this goal right now. You know, and you got to kind of take that unapologetic mindset. And there are going to be some people who, you know, are upset about it. But then there are going to be some people that cheer you on and say, what can I do to help?
Yeah.
You know, what can I do to support you in your goals? But you have to get non-negotiable about the things that you want. And, you know, and as far as money is concerned, you know, I really believe that money starts with your mentality. It starts with believing that you can have it. It starts with positioning yourself around people who not only have it, but who are managing it well, who you're learning lessons about money, turning your behavior around your money practices around, you know, and putting yourself in a position to not only get money, but to keep and grow money, you know. But it all starts with your mindset. It starts with the putting away the can'ts, wants, all those negative thoughts, and asking yourself what might happen if they do say yes.
Yeah.
If I have a business and I need investors, what might happen if I do ask? If I need media coverage, what might happen if I do send that press kit?
Yeah.
You know, just take your shot in 2018.
Yeah, you better.
Shoot your shot, because you don't have anything to lose. If they say no, do you have anything less than what you had before? No.
Not at all.
You're not losing anything. You're not losing. Just keep asking until you get a yes.
Yes.
You know?
Yes. Now, I think that's the nail on the head. Just because, simple as that, how you manage your money and how you manage your mindset with it takes you everywhere you want to go or leaves you where you don't want to go. So as simple as that. And one thing I also would say to add to that, something I heard that just came to me was that when you talk about finances and you talk about stocks and bonds, etc., is based on compound interest. Numbers are compounded to make your money grow, make your investments grow, make you achieve abundance in money. Well, think about that in terms of the people you're around, the things that you allow yourself to be around. You know, you'll be around positive people. You're around positive shows. You're reading positive books. What happens? That compounds. So your life is compounding based on everything around you.
Compounded life interest.
Exactly. So now you look at it, say, just because I'm friends with this person, I'm compounded to receive the blessings they receive, the connections they receive. Just because I'm into this book club, I'm receiving the same information and knowledge that this CEO is receiving. Now you just navigated your life into a realm you never even dreamed about just because of how you operated. So that's the difference between average and trying to do it and deal with abundance. It's that growth, because you're not surviving at that point. You're living. and you're living your best life.
And it's like I said, it's about mindset. I really like what you said about compounded life interest.
Yeah.
You need to trademark that.
I was saying I heard it somewhere. I don't know. I can't remember where I heard
it. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, don't trademark it.
I can't trademark that.
But I like that. The premise of compounded life interest.
Yeah.
Being around other people that expand you, that grow you, that motivate you, that encourage you, and taking that, to another level. I believe that another thing that's important when you're in a season of going uphill, you're in the working phase of your season before you get to the harvest. We all want to be in the harvest where we're reaping what we've sown. But when you're in the season of sowing, the biggest thing that you have to do is lace your language with faith and positivity. Yes. You have to be very intentional about the words that you are speaking over your life. Everything that you say will come back to you.
Exactly.
Whether you are a person of faith or not, you have to trust and believe that there is energy tied to the words that come out of your mouth. Those of us that are believers will say that there are life and death in the power of the tongue. But, even when you look into metaphysics, there's energy into the words that you put out that draw things back to you.
Yeah.
You have to be very conscious. Don't say I'm broke. I'm in a season of financial waiting.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm waiting on my financial breakthrough and abundance. Don't speak things over your life. My business is failing. No, my business is in a season of growth and learning.
There you go.
You have to change your language. Make sure that you are intentional about what you're speaking over your life, your relationships, your business, and your money. I am not broke. Brokenness is for things, toys, and radios and such.
Yeah.
It's not for you, your life, and your financial being. Be very, very, very conscious of what you say and conscious about what you let other people speak into your life and say about your life.
Exactly.
Sometimes you have to run around and say, oh no, I'm not taking that. Yeah. I'm not accepting that. Don't speak that over my life. That's not who I am. People will tell you who you are unless you stand up and you say, no, this is who I am. For a long time before I was a business owner, I used to call myself the boss.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a boss. I didn't have a business yet. I'm a boss. Now I'm the CEO of a global brand.
Exactly.
But it started with my belief in myself when other people didn't see it yet.
No, I think that's true. I think that's absolutely true. And then two things that you said. You spoke about what we say out of our own mouths and what we accept from the mouths of others. One thing you have to realize is sometimes when we speak things about saying that I'm broke or I'm not as smart or I'm not as this or not as that, we are speaking negative about ourselves before we give the chance to other people to do it. So the first words we hear are coming out of our mouth. And with it coming out of our mouths, we hear that, and it's all internal still. So not only do we feel that way internally, not only are we thinking that way, but also we're hearing that. So 3 senses are covered by us saying something negative about ourselves, and then we walk in the room and talk about the haters. But what we have to realize is that when you operate in that positive energy and when you can truly say that I'm not this person, I'm not broke. I'm in a season of financial growth. I'm planting the seeds for my future harvest. I'm doing the work necessary to become the boss, the CEO of a global brand. I'm doing these things. This is the restructuring period of my life.
Come on, restructure.
I'm putting myself in position to win. And sometimes when you win, it comes after a loss or it comes after a disappointing season.
Yes, it does.
And so that's how champions are made. So simple as that. If you don't believe it, how can you achieve it? It sounds cliche, but
and if you don't believe it, how can you expect anybody else to believe it?
Oh, exactly, because people will come to you based on their beliefs, but your belief doesn't have to match that at all. So sometimes your belief can change their belief because they walk in the room and say, "Yeah, I don't think you can pass this class with an A." If you're in school, and then you say, no, I'm going to pass this class with an A, and then you get that first test back. You're like, I got this A, but there's 4 more to come. And then you do it that way. And next thing you know, they say, you know what? I'm gonna try to get A too. So now you're bringing people along on your journey, and you're accelerating their lives in abundance, in a sense.
And
so I think that's what you have to do.
I believe firmly too, you got to also get yourself some friends that are believing you when you can't believe in yourself.
Exactly.
Who won't let you give up on your dreams, who won't let you, be in a season of growth by yourself. You find your tribe. I wrote that book. Look it up on Amazon, Barnes and Noble, and theliftedlifestyle.com. Get you some people that'll hold you together when you're in a season of feeling like you're surviving. That'll be what takes you from survival to thriving.
Exactly. Get some friends that when you say that idea that seems beyond, like, that's crazy, that's impossible. Okay, when we gonna do it? Like, that's the kind of people you need around you. Where we gonna start at? That's the worst thing I ever heard. Pick me up at 9. Like, that's the type of people I want with me. Like, if we're gonna be all in, and I have friends like that, and I love them, and I thank them for it, because no dream is
shout out
too
to
big.
The tribe.
So yeah, shout out to the tribe. So that's what you have to do. You have to have faith in yourself. You have to have faith in what you're doing and everything around it, because when we read the stories, we watch the news articles, and we see the achievements of the greats, Oprah, the Elon Musk, we read about Bill Gates and all. It started from a place of a struggle, but that wasn't the way they were living. They were living as who they were going to be and who as we see them now. And now they're huge figures that we look at. No one can achieve that. And yes, we can, and we can pass that.
Listen, this, I hold on to Jeff Bezos' story, and he had Amazon written on a poster board and marker in a little closet office.
Yeah, I seen
just
that picture.
Amazon written in marker on a little closet office wall. Back in 1994,
yeah, 94,
when
95, something like
he
that.
was really saying this is gonna happen. He is now the richest man in the world.
He's worth more than a lot of countries. Like a lot of countries' GDP, he's worth more than. That's crazy.
Believe in yourself and in your dreams. If you have to be the only person that believe in it.
Yeah.
Believe in it, hold tight to it, talk about it, manifest it. Manifestation is real. Go and read about it. Y'all know I'm a firm believer, but I'm just saying, you can bring things into your life if you call them into your life.
Yes, you have to call
We'll have to have another show on manifestation.
We definitely will, because having that faith takes you so many places.
Yes,
having
faith
that
is the
belief in
difference.
yourself, because it's a lot of things, especially in the society. You turn on the evening news, everything is telling you no. Everything is showing you a dead end street, but it's still grass and land all around. It's waiting for you to pave a new road. And somebody's going to follow right behind you with that. So I think that's what we need to achieve. Just don't let anyone dictate your path. Create your path, and you will reach success, because your success is defined by yourself.
Yes, indeed. So this week, what my challenge is for everyone who's listening, your call to action is at the midway point of the year. We're in July. Yeah. At the midway point of the year, I want you to go and look at your goals, assess what you've accomplished, celebrate your wins, and regroup those things that didn't go the way that you wanted them to go. Go ahead and take this as your point where you need to restart, get remotivated, and refuse to be denied, refuse to take failure as even an option, and get some mentorship, ask some questions, or sign up for some coaching. The Lifted Lifestyle does offer that.
That's what we do.
And if we don't jail, like I said, I know some other coaches as well, but I am sure with the coaches we have on staff, we can meet your needs.
Yeah, visit us, liftedlifestyle.com.
Yes.
Check us out.
Yes,
free consultation still going on. So
for now,
get in while you can.
So our good news story for this week.
Okay, yeah, you took it from me, and I want you to have
did.
it. This is my segment, so I come back and the world's changed a little bit because she's taking my good news, but it's good news.
Story.
So go for it. Let what's going on.
The good news story for this week is about a man who was born with cerebral palsy, and he had never been to the beach. His one goal was he wanted to go to the beach. Well, his church family got together together and was able to take him to the beach by using his motorized wheelchair and on a lift. So he was able to get out and, feel the sand with his feet. And he said his dream had finally come true.
Wow, that's amazing.
Thanks to his church family. He
that's
was able to go out
if you
to the
look
beach.
at it, he's sitting, it looks like a four-wheeler or something. So they made that, or made it where he could ride. That's awesome. And I see where it says, it was beautiful. He never imagined it. And, looking at the story, one thing he said that stuck out to me, that he never been out of his city but a few times in his life. And now able to go to the beach. And he said, if I don't go any more times, I'm going to remember this the rest of my life. But that goes back to what we said earlier, the people you have around you. His church family came together and took this man to the beach. And sometimes some may say, oh, it's just a beach, or, don't worry about going to Galveston. It is not much of a beach. But what you may look at as that may be the world for someone else.
Yes, the thing you take for granted.
That is amazing. It
said,
what it says there, he been out of his hometown one other time in his life, and it was for a school trip 20 years prior.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And he said being able to listen to the waves and put his feet in the sand was his lifelong dream.
Wow.
So shout out to him and to his church family for going above and beyond to make that happen for him. The reason why we share this good news story with you every week is because we want to bring a little goodness into your life, and make sure that you guys go out and share a little goodness with someone else.
Yeah, definitely.
If you can do something nice or kind for someone else, don't hesitate doing it for them.
Wow. I wish I was with him right now. That looked nice.
Yes.
That looks really nice. That is awesome.
That is awesome.
So one thing we can take from these good news stories is that, don't let it end with this story. We can create good news every day. So definitely let's go out there and do it.
Yes. And as Mr. Bailey said, we do offer coaching, and we will for a few more months, maybe even weeks. If I don't get outvoted, have a free consultation at theliftedlifestyle.com. So go and sign up for that. Coaching will make all the difference. Coaching makes the difference. When you think about athletes, coaching is what separates good athletes from champions.
Yeah.
And when you think about what coaching does for you, is we don't give you the answers. We just help you find the answers.
Exactly.
We open the door and ask the questions so that you can discover what was already there for you.
Exactly. And that's what it's all about. It's basically having someone along the journey with you that is going to go with you and unlock the power that you already have inside. Yeah. But we don't have the key, but we can help you find it.
And the Lifted Lifestyle does something that no other coaches do. If you sign up for one of our coaching products and packages and you don't get anything you didn't have before, we'll give you your money back.
Yeah. Same.
You can't beat that.
No questions asked.
Well, anyway, thank you so much for joining us this week on the Lifted Lifestyle Podcast. Remember to go and follow us on all social media. Share this with your friends and family. Look us up on iTunes, Google Play, and all the other platforms.
Yeah, we're on Spotify now.
And we're now available on Spotify, so you can stream us on Spotify.
Everywhere.
We're everywhere. Just look for us everywhere.
So definitely.
So until next time, we will see you soon. And remember to live lifted. Your life is your own.
Take care.